Hey, it's Erica, and welcome to this full body maintenance mobility routine with a sprinkle of strength. You'll need a mat as well as some optional extra padding like a flat pillow or a yoga mat for greater comfort with some of the exercises. There's no warm up or cool down necessary. We have 14 exercises. We'll be completing 45 seconds active, 10 seconds to transition. We are going to start actually using our pad if you choose to use one. We're going to be doing a seated hip thrust. So you're setting those hips back over those heels, straight on up, squeezing the glutes. And as you come to the top, you're going to lunge into a low runner's lunge. Now you're going to do this from a 3-point. So in the front, in the side, and to the very side. Okay, so we're just going to start on one side. So you're doing that seated hip thrust, bring that leg forward, maybe a couple pulses each way. The idea is to take it slow and intentional, as with every exercise we're going to do today, and really try to feel where that stretch is going on in your hips and focus on that area. So you're squeezing your glutes. You're going to really feel that in the front of the hip. And then you're just kind of on a 3-point turn, stretching the full range of the hip. Already going to get ready for the other side here. Okay, so 10 seconds. This time we'll come up and we'll bring the other foot forward to stretch the other hips in the other ways. If that made any sense, the other hips in the other ways. So you can stay up at the top, 3 points. Being careful with these kind of unique ranges of motion. I always like to say with mobility that you're probably doing it right if it feels a little bit weird. That's a great way to exercise mobility, is to move in ways that feel awkward and uncomfortable for the body. It means we're stretching and we're exploring new ranges of motion. Okay, about 10 more seconds here. We'll be on to a whole new exercise. So continue opening up those hips, focusing on the areas that feel good. And we'll come to a quadruped position. So 4 touch points on the floor. We're going to be making a very big circle with one of our legs. I should say with our knee, actually. I want you to really lead with the knee here. Find your own range of motion. That's going to be probably the main modifier for a lot of these. It's just working with what feels good to you. So on this one, we don't want to be arching the back to compensate. We really want to keep that neutral alignment from shoulders to hips. Again, drawing as big and intentional of a circle as you can with that knee. If you hear me sniffling, I am getting over a sickness right now. I feel so much better. I'm still kind of at that stage where you just don't sound very good. So that mobility would be good for me today. Hopefully good for you too. Alrighty, and then on to the other side. So just switching legs here. Reversing directions as you saw on that first side. We're really getting into the hips here right off the bat. As you saw in the write-up, we're focused a lot on, I would say, the shoulders and the hips today. Of course, this is total body. But we're focused a lot on our posture muscles, which affect our alignment, which most definitely affects our mobility. So that's kind of the game plan today. A great maintenance routine for everyday life. And notice as you make this circle, all of the engagement going on in those hip muscles and those glute muscles. Okay, I'm going to come on back to my mat here on a kneeling position. You're going to, let's see, I'll start on this side. You're going to reach up with one arm, the arm that is opposite to the leg that's in front. Sorry, I did not explain that right. Arm, leg, same. And you're going to rotate. You're going to bend that elbow onto the floor and come back up. Up to you if you want to bring that arm back up or just keep it down. But we're really focused here, of course, on shoulder mobility. We're focused on mobility through our upper back and our core, and you're probably noticing a balance challenge as well. So nice and steady, nice and slow with mobility. The slower we go, the greater range of motion we can hopefully achieve, greater control. Okay, hopefully you were able to find a range of motion that felt steady for you without falling all over the place. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Same leg, same arm up, other arm comes down, lightly touches the floor. You can bend that elbow if you want to sink a little deeper. You can also just stop once that hand hits the floor. So we're trying to keep that arm straight up, and we're rotating through that shoulder. Use your core here. Very good. Okay, you won't need your mat for this next one. We're going to come into a deep squat. Deep yoga squat, sending those hips all the way down, just letting it release. And then we're going to rock, ideally, up onto the balls of the feet. It might feel more comfortable if your ankle mobility is limited to just stay on those heels. So you can kind of rock side to side, keeping those heels on the floor. Otherwise, we're really popping off to each side. You're also feeling some stretching in the inner thighs. Really stretching through the foot. You might feel a stretch throughout the arch as well, especially if you're coming up onto those toes. And once again, those hips are getting stretched out. Next one, we're going to do some crab hip thrusts. So you're going to have your fingers facing behind you. You're going to open up through those shoulders. Feet are planted. You're going to raise those hips up. Almost kind of put your head back a little bit so you can stretch out up at the top. Now, if this is hurting your wrists at all, you can do half the interval of glute bridges and half of it as just a seated upper body opener. So that is your modifier here. Otherwise, we're taking it slow. We're really trying to focus on what's going on up at the top as you're getting that full rotation in the shoulders in the upper body. So those biceps will stretch. Those shoulders will feel it. Hips are doing their work down there. Very good. Next up, we are headed into a glute bridge. So take that mat back on. I want you to rest your shoulders on the mat or the pillow. We're going to come up into a glute bridge. Arms are straight out to the side. Now on this one, you're going to be reaching one hand over to the other hand. The idea is to keep your upper back pinched together like you're holding a pencil back there. And then you're going to reach over, ideally keeping those hips in the same position. If you want to set those hips down, do the modified version. We are focused on our core on this one, our twist through the midsection. So you're trying to bring that middle finger to the other middle finger, rolling up onto those shoulders nice and strong. Keep those hips steady. Pinch those shoulder blades in the back. Great. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and come into a knee push-up. So again, you can put that onto your knees. Just keep on moving that pad around. You're going to lower on down carefully to the floor. And you're going to take those arms, reach them overhead, and then back around into the push-up. So you're coming back up. Remember not to arch that back. Feet can come to the floor as you reach overhead, keeping those hands nice and high, focusing on a nice big circle with your fingertips. So we're working those shoulder blades, are doing a lot of movement here. Reaching nice and high to get that strengthening in. This next one, we're going to come all the way down. You can take that pad out if you like. But we are just going to lift the upper body, and you're going to bring those elbows to your sides and back overhead. Now, as you come overhead, you can come on down for a rest if you'd like. And then you can lift higher, higher, higher as those elbows come to your sides. Strengthening through your lats. Again, practicing our mobility in the upper body, especially in that upper back. Notice how the stronger we are, the more we can actually mobilize and move with a big range of motion, and vice versa. Okay, plank to crouch is next. Totally getting rid of this so I can feel nice and sturdy on my mat. We're going to start in a plank position, and then you're going to crouch back. You're creating a straight line from wrist to shoulders, and then you can also feel a stretch in your calf muscles and your ankles as well. So holding that plank, pushing back, making sure those palms are nice and firm in the floor, pushing that chest through back towards your knees. More opening through our upper body. Just a few exercises left, 2 to be exact. We are going to do some Cossack stretches. So you're coming into a very deep side lunge, and then you can walk it over and come to the other side if you like. Again, mobilizing the hips, the legs. If you want to challenge, I encourage you to try to stand in between and then sink really low into that really deep side lunge. It's going to feel a little different than a side lunge. Once you get to that lower part of the motion, you actually want to kind of lean forward over that knee, or you're probably going to fall backwards. So here is your little challenge. Like I said, strength is woven into these. I'm breaking a sweat here. I'm really feeling my muscles work, again, to exercise that full range. We have one more exercise after this. We're going to be standing. Okay, rounding out with the upper body, and we're going to do just that. We're going to round that upper body, bring those hands together, and then you're going to open up, bring those elbows back behind you. Okay, so it's like a standing cat, really rounding that upper back. You can almost like try to bring those hips forward to emphasize that, and then just open up that upper body. I call these goalpost arms. Bring those elbows together behind you. Reaching forward, and doing the exact opposite, opening up, pinching those shoulder blades together, relaxing through the shoulders. Really mobilizing the rib cage here. The shoulders, upper back. And there we have it. Feel free to go through all these one more time, or just continue to put this into your weekly routine so you can really feel the progress on these. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a workout complete.